Alright, I should now be live. And I'm just now noticing that there might... whatever. It's one word. I'll accept it. Whatever. I forgot to capitalize one of the words in my title. I don't care. It still works. Anyways, so where we left off, I had mentioned that I would be playing this game. Hold on, why is... I need my chat, YouTuber. What are you doing? There we go. Alright, should be good now. So anyways, I was, as I was saying, I mentioned that I would be playing this game in my own time. However, I had no original intention to play it... No, my microphone. What are you doing? Why are you, like, drifting away? Anyway, to play as far as I did. So, I have no idea where I am, like, really in the story. But what I've done so far, I've got the barn, I've got a couple of animals, or monsters, I suppose is the better term. Most of them are utility in the idea that they give me things, things that I need. I have one that is kind of a combat heavy. There we go. Got Rigid over there, our combat scorpion, our tactical eradicator. Hey Dem, welcome to the stream, and Richard. Hey, you guys showed up at the same time. I was just putting my socks on to head out. Well, hopefully you're heading out somewhere to have some fun. I originally wasn't even planning to stream, but then I decided, you know what, I'm going to play the game. I'm getting pretty far, actually, and I really should do something on camera, because I am nearing either mid-game or end-game. I have no idea and no way to tell, because this isn't one that I have a lot of familiarity with. When you start out, let me actually just go through and do the rundown. Let me maybe start by not ignoring my crops or my animals. So, I had a storm recently came through and busted up a lot of my crops. And I'm not too worried. I'm nearing the end of what was fall, which unfortunately means I missed out giving you guys the swimsuit view. However, I learned something fairly important. Let me go. Just to make sure. I can't let my guys miss out. Where am I going? I can't have my people miss out on such vitally important content. Is it this one? No. Bean toss. That's that one. Where is it? It was a thing. Is it up here? Yes, here we are. Boom. We gotta rattle this off real fast. This is vital, important content, and knowing this game is made inferior without the quality that we're going to go through here. So, real fast, in one of the, I guess the only last stream of this game, I questioned the bath girl. What the hell is she? I think Rigid had posed the possibility of a dragon, and it made me think of Ventus Will's human form in Rune Factory 4. Well, what I didn't pay attention to is if you come over here and read her information, she's a mermaid who runs the baths. Go figure, and if you come across her outside in the rain, she's actually in her mermaid form, and I don't know if she's going to be over here, but you can kind of get a peek at her. There you go. That's the best we're getting. She's kind of over on the other side of the building here. So we got Carmen here. We're just going to do the quick rundown and say hello to everyone. We got Sakuya. We don't need to talk to the guys.
Good morning.
Now, here we have a very important one that, unfortunately, is not a path the game is willing to let me go down.
Oh, good morning.
Same thing with Shino. She doesn't even get a swimsuit. And this is criminal. Two of the biggest women I posed interest in don't get swimsuits. I have been robbed by this game. Alright, let's head on down. Finish rattling off the important features. Yeah, here's the other one that doesn't get a swimsuit. And unironically, Hazel, absolute just classic mom energy, and I kind of absolutely adore her for it. But unfortunately, the game has made its stance. We have Shara here. Again, I'm not going to go through reading. You're just getting the posings and the character icons right now. I also see that there's a comment I need to read. Raven, really not wanting to pose well for everyone to see, but it is what it is. I feel like there's a few I'm missing. There's definitely a few I'm missing. Okay, we have the witch lady in here.
What brings you in?
I'm just here to show off the art, as it were. I'm a terrible person.
Good day.
Anyways, we got two. Oh, there was another one in here I was missing.
Bye. Good day.
And I've got two more, because I thought about them after the fact, because they don't live within the main village. We got our elf girl, Daria, who is the artist. If you remember, I left off having not spoken with everyone. I spoke with her, but I didn't trigger the event you get when you walk into her house, and that was what I was missing. It wasn't so much about introducing yourself to everyone, it was about seeing all of the important little character scenes. This one I have questions on. So, one of the story things that I skipped over is, yes, your character can become a monster. Apparently in the story, one of your parents is a human and the other one is a monster. So, knowing what we know about the monsters, this game's entire concept is essentially bestiality's a thing. And I'm made very uncomfortable by that.
Good day. Good day.
Alright, this is the one character whose swimsuit I had not been introduced to. And this is the Village of Monsters. And so Karina here, Karuna is, yes, I have seen fireflies at night. Anyways, Karuna here is the leader of the Monster Village. With all of that out of the way, let me read these messages that I'm missing out on here. Okay. Richard, I've got to let you know. Okay, so earlier this year, my grandmother passed away. I've mentioned this. Earlier this week, a dear friend of mine, their mother passed away. And I'm gonna be honest, I must have some sort of emotional, I don't know, PTSD or something right now. Because I started reading this. Got a call from my grandfather last night, and my heart sank. Like, I didn't even finish reading the message, and it was already just like, oh no. Luckily, it's good news. He told me there was a package outside for me. When I went to open it, it was the full book series for the one you were... Your grandfather picked up the full series for you? Hell yeah. Got some new trainers today, 50 pounds for a pair, worth 170 pounds. I think you're in Wales, so I think that would be the British pound. I think that's worth more right now than standard US dollars. Let me do a quick conversion. Yeah, so that's about $210. Trainers, are you talking personal trainers or like some nice running shoes or something? But heading to a bar which has been closed all summer. We have bars like that in our area, but they're more like open in the summer and then they close for the rest of the year. Because they do a lot of seasonal beers and they'll only do They do summer beers, and then they do fall beers, so they're still open right now. But they close for the winter, and they're in preparation for the spring for opening back up. There are a lot of like local brewery kind of things that they do. And I've been there a couple of times, and I'll be honest, I hate every drink they serve there. I love the people, I love the community, I will go there, sit down, and order a basic bitch beer, but I'm not going to order a lot of their fancy stuff because I have had many of them, and I have yet to have one I appreciate. I gotta be careful how I start comments I say then. No, Richard, the emotional trauma is where the funny comes in. Normally like $60, and close to $200. Yeah, okay, so they are shoes. Wow, I am like hitting weird frequencies judging off of my microphone. I apologize, guys. I don't know. I apologize if I'm like peaking this thing, because holy cow. I said the word so, and it looked like my microphone went all the way so far into the red, it just like the whole bar went pink, like, yo, don't hit that note again, whatever that was, you freak of nature. Anyways, yeah, I actually only just recently got to try my first pair of Nikes because I have such a unique foot size, or I did when I was massively overweight. Now that I'm in a much healthier spot, my foot size, go figure, all the fat has left my foot and is reaching a more reasonable size. I have a wide front, but other than that, it's just a standard 10.5 US. But there's that note again. Why am I doing that? Why am I breaking my microphone with my? What am I doing? Anyways, I got to try my first pair of Nikes, and I think I spent like $80 on them, which historically isn't that much for me. I've been known to buy a lot of... I don't buy many shoes, and so when I do, I like to buy high-end. And so I've spent upwards of $150 on a pair of shoes just because I know that it's $150 that's going to last me multiple months, if not nearly a year. I'll be honest, I don't understand the appeal of Nike as a brand for standard sneakers, but again, I haven't tried everything Nike. I haven't tried their basketball shoes. I haven't tried their running shoes. But, like, I tried their sneakers and I put it on. I was like, I don't know. They're sneakers. What am I looking for? But I have heard that for professional runners, I can't remember, is it Nike? It's got to be Nike. But there's a brand that like actually did a lot of research and development into developing their running shoes, to the point where like every professional runner who's like worried about times was buying this particular shoe that they made. And I think I even heard that there are some races that ban wearing this shoe for whatever reason. Like, it's actually making a meaningful difference on people's time. I'll be honest. That is a level of understanding of foot anatomy that is beyond my comprehension. Right, better head out or I'll be late. Have a good stream. Nice to talk to you both. And I'll send the pic on Twitter. Why am I... Okay. Anyways, yeah, send it on Twitter. I'll check it out. See what your shoes look like. The other thing I've noticed with Nike is they love having very bright and vibrant colors on a lot of their more situational shoes, and some of them are fantastic looking. So anyways, as I was getting through the game and finishing that off, I need to take off the swimsuit mode, put it back to the standard run there. Anyways, I wanted to show off some of the missions I was getting, because I feel like I'm getting near the end game, finally getting into the story of the game here. There are these orbs, a bunch of bosses that you can fight. I will demonstrate the quickest and easiest one to get to and beat from my understanding. I'm gonna make the run this way because it's less of a direct shot, but it's a little easier to get into the oh hey, hold on, no, I want this. I know you're gonna slap me around a bit. I don't care. I want the items. There we go. Anyways, down here, our art friend decided to build these bridges for me. And in here, you have a bunch of boss monsters. Let's see if I can trigger this guy to transform before I beat him. I'm fairly certain if I hit him with a full combo, he would actually go down without ever transforming. So there you go. That's one of the boss monsters. He might drop an item. He didn't. And then you have these pillars in here. Much like in Rune Factory 4, there are boss monsters. You get in there, you find the MacGuffin, and the MacGuffin gives you story elements. I have found 4 of them, and the story thus far has implied that 4 is how many there were. So I went through all of those and reached a point of understanding of what the goal is. The tree we're living in, supposedly once upon a time, sprouted flowers. The story saying, hey, in order to progress to the next portion, you have to make the tree sprout those flowers. Fine, dandy, whatever. In order to do that, you have to remedy the broken bond between the humans and the monsters. If you remember when we came in, I made the joke that the old man was speciesist. Apparently that wasn't just a joke. Apparently the old man is absolutely grizzled old jackass who's just like, oh, the monster people are all kinds of... He's basically the stand-in for racial oppression, so to speak. And what's funny is your character has this idea to have a event where you have the people of this town and the people of the monster village get together and mend their ways. And for being the absolute grizzled jackass of an old man that he was against the monsters, he turns around real quick and is just like, hey, if you can open up to anybody else who will accept you in spite of your monster form, if you can open up that you have this form and that they will accept you for who you are, I will let this event happen. I thought it was weird that he was so quick to flip around, but if you look at my my relationship statuses here, like, I'm not overly hated by the village. Apparently Andorras doesn't like me, but I think I gave him a lot of items he hated at one point, accidentally. I'm gonna have to eat, then head to the store with friends I live with, but still here at the moment, and realize I didn't like the stream yet. Just did. Yeah, I try not to overly mention the need to like a video or share or comment or any of that stuff, because I bring it up from time to time, but for the most part, I tend to think that people know for the most part how YouTube works. If they like the video, if they like the channel, if they like the content, or they like the person, or hate the person, they'll interact and do as they feel need be done, as they feel need be done. So anyways, as I push through for the quick summary of how everything has gone, because again, I've pushed through a lot of the story. I've already ended day 1 and I haven't done anything except fill you guys in. So let me call it a day. Go back down here, check on my items. Luckily, my monsters all have food and an auto feed, so I don't have to worry about that too much. And I'm not going to worry about these sweet potatoes growing another season or another round or session. I'm close enough to the end of the month, and I don't want to do much more watering, so I'm going to call those done for this season. The thing I wanted to cover and get on stream is a couple of the story missions and show you how those go. So, one of the things that we had on here, I thought I had another one. Did I? Do I not? Oh, I know what I'm looking for. So there was a story mission I had where the girl at the start of the game, Shara, her sister, if you recall, was a rabid monster demon child who literally bit our hand. One of the missions I had was to pretend to be a Prince Charming-like character for her, for the sister, to try and help her open up and be less of a rabid animal. And apparently it seems to have worked, sort of. So we're gonna do I assume, the wrap-up portion of that story and see where it goes.
Good morning.
What a lovely day we're having. I'm sure the flowers are happy to soak up all the wonderful sunshine.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, hey, today, wait, is today my, wait, but I said, oh, did I put it for fall and not summer? Ever since her date with you, I get the impression that she's a lot less thorny around other people. She's still a child, of course, but I think she's matured a little. That, and she won't stop talking about you. She's all, guess what Ian did today, and Ian likes this and that, and yada yada yada. She just goes on and on about you so much that even I'm getting a little jealous. Well, don't worry. I won't let... No, I absolutely will let it inflate my ego. This is such a big change from how she used to be, you know? I wouldn't feel right unless I said thank you, Ian. You've really helped. No problem. I couldn't have done it without you. You did a lot. Thank you. It was my pleasure. Now, I think all of your efforts deserves a reward. That's okay. I don't need anything. I never said it would be for me. I gave it to Monica. Go and see her, Princey Pooh. And so I continue. Also, apparently, I have filled in for the wrong time of year for my birthday. I guess it is what it is. I am now a fall baby. It's a lovely day. Yeah, okay, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. That's right, I need to talk to everybody because I've got the whole birthday thing.
Morning.
Morning, Ian. Oh, that's right. That's the happy birthday first. Hey, Ian, here. It's a cake. Did you make this? Mm-hmm. Shara and I baked it together. Well, that's great. You're a good baker. You at least made cake, and it's not a failed dish that I had to guess was a cake. But Shara is still way better than me. I'm gonna ask her to teach me everything she knows. Next time we bake a cake, I'll give you some of that too, if you're nice. Alright, well, can't wait to try the cake. And of course, it would only be... Hold on, you're running away. It's only right that I eat the cake in front of you. That's a hell of a cake. Knocked me right on my ass. Alright, so let's make the rounds and see what birthday items we get. Nice weather today. Today's your birthday. Guess I should wish you a happy birthday then. Oh right, I got you something. Alright, we are going to speed through these and out of curiosity just see what people are getting for me. Alright. I am just going to essentially do a couple of the story missions and maybe run out and try to recruit one monster to see if I can show how that works. It works the same way as it has in past entries, however this time I think it's exclusively dishes you've cooked. I think in Rune Factory 4 you could do pure ingredients. I have had no success like throwing like milk and eggs, but I have had pretty good success throwing like hot chocolate, which is an item you could even buy and make without any farming of any additional resources. So in some ways it's made easier, in other ways it's not as easy. Just slapping me in the... Happy birthday, have this raw fish. Okay. Alright, it's been a while since I've chatted with you, and I didn't mean to swing my sword, but swing my sword I shall.
Morning. Morning. Wait, huh? Ah, I see. What?
So, as I was going through the stories... Oh, okay, I thought she wasn't going to give me something. As I've been going through, I have, on personality traits, generally picked out a couple of my top contenders for the relationship path that the game puts you on. Shara is obviously pretty high up there. It's also the canonical one and arguably the boring one. But because of that, she's also the safe bet, and I'm keeping her in the rotation. Marion is one on here that I'm not particularly sold on, but before I make a full choice, I kind of figured Rigid might want to see some of the avenue this character takes down on the down that path until I have to make a decision one way or the other. Karina was a character that she's the one that runs the general store, the white hair, is one that I'm very iffy on. She's kind of got a lot of sass and I like that, but also her entire personality is kind of a little bit of a drag down a lot of the time, and yet sometimes it works and it's funny. Yeah, okay, so Pia is the mermaid girl. Again, very, very unique, bubbly, and kind of absurd in a lot of ways. I find that kind of funny. Sakuya, again, kind of that fairly safe path. Raven was one that's in the running, so is Carmen. I have found that fishing is a great way to just burn through a lot of times, and also she's very easy to make the things she likes. She's a sashimi fan, so catch a fish, cut it up, give it to her, easy gift-giving option, but also kind of a tomboy attitude and kind of getting around that. Then we scroll down here, we have Daria, the art elf. Oddly enough, kind of grew on me. A lot of her explosive energy is kind of fun, and Karuna, the leader of the animal tribe, again, the closest thing to, and I can't remember her name, but in Rune Factory 4 they had the Night Girl, which was the character I went for in my first playthrough. Karuna is kind of rubbing off in a couple of those vibes, and I'm kind of digging it. Anyways, let's finish making the rounds on the with the ladies. Because I think they're the ones that I have high enough in general to even get an item if they're going to give me one. Because go figure, the ladies are the ones I'm talking to the most.
Good morning.
I also think I've been talking to the parent characters a good bit, so might maybe have one of them high enough. I don't know. Again, I am a man who knows his tastes, and unfortunately the game does not want to let me go down those avenues. Whoa. It's like I breathed in pepper or something. Oh, wait, hold on. She is here.
Morning. Huh, thanks. What brings you in?
Alright, little item here.
Back soon.
Greenifier. I think that's something that will level up my produce as I'm growing it. I think I've talked to everybody in the mainline village except for maybe Pia. Oh, there she is. Kind of blended into the floor there.
Good morning. Wow.
Alright, so we're actually getting a lot of useful resources, which is not what I'm used to getting. I think in Rune Factory 4 you get absolutely random items, and most of them are kinda write-offs.
The water's too horrible.
Alright, so one more to check up on. That's right, can't transform in front of anybody yet.
Good day.
Oh, there she is.
Good day. Hello.
So it's interesting that she knows my birthday because unlike everybody else, she is very much out of the field in the idea of getting to know the character on the regular. Again, she's a very easy one to get items for that she likes. Literally bake any sweet and she's down for it. Alright, I think that's everything now wrapped up to the point of finally getting to progress certain parts of the story. So, let's go with Carmen. We have... Oh, wait. Did I really walk in here as... Yeah, I walked in here as the monster. Hold on. Let me correct a little bit. So, the idea being is having a character, I assume, love me enough that when I show them my monster form, they don't care and are just like, oh, okay, yeah, cool shit, but you're still you. So, I think Carmen is one of the ones that I'm farther down the storyline with, as is Shara. So, those are the ones I'm going to go down and see where I can fit the idea until... If I feel like it's going to make me make that marriage choice, I'm going to back off and work towards the plethora of options and make sure I'm feeling the characters out a little bit better. Beyond that, I might also make multiple save files so that I can just run with as many and get the newlywed modes, because I think that's the big new content in these special editions.
Hey!
Ian, you saw my request. Got some time? Sure, nothing else on my schedule at the moment. Perfect. So let's go on a date.
Huh?
That's a little forward. So there's this magazine I read all the time, right? One of the latest issues ran a special feature. It was about how mountain fishing is all the rage right now. Doesn't that sound awesome? Come on, let's go together. It'll be a blast. Okay, so more of a fishing expedition, less of a date. You kind of caught me off guard there. Well, we've got to be sure not to mention this within earshot of Carlos. It'll be our little secret, okay? And we're off. Onward to Summit Gate? Is that, in the mountains? I think I know where that is. So Summit Gate, here we come. I've already scouted out the location and everything. I assume that's going to be up here by where the waterfall is. No, that's Rainbow Falls. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Where is Summit Gate? I guess I'm heading the right way. The right way. Think you can traipse off on a big trip, just the two of you, huh? You've got some guts, I'll tell you that. Carlos, you heard? You'd best believe there won't be any dating while I still draw breath. Want to fish? Do it at our resort. Fish there till you drop, for all I care. Well, so much for the date. Yep, it's a keeper. But Carmen, you're like a fishing maestro. I swear the fish are just lining up for your hook.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Today's been a especially good day for me. Lucky. Meanwhile, I've barely gotten a nibble. It's starting to bum me out. So what if you haven't caught anything? Personally, I'm having fun just hanging out and fishing. True. I guess I'm just impatient. Speaking of impatient, I feel like earlier I was trying to talk a mile a minute just to wrap up, and given that the game has an internal clock, I'm trying to bring myself down from that rapid fire of information, which is surprisingly was like one of those things that just spiraled out of control for me a second ago. So trying to bring the energy back a little bit. Actually, catching something doesn't matter so long as we're spending time together and having a little fun. Don't worry about it. You'll catch something sooner or later. We let our customers fish to their hearts' content after all. I'll just have to settle for a long haul. I'll just have to settle in for the long haul then. Oh, that was me. I thought she said that to me, and I was like, damn, she's literally calling me out for my shit skills. Which, again, would be a hilarious conversation to have on a date. Why don't we get a bite while our fishing poles are waiting for theirs? My tummy's rumbling. Oh, she be getting close. Ta-da! I made it myself. Here, have a bite. Hang on, but my fishing pole... No. Just say ah. Oh. That's good. Do you mean it? Getting up super early to make it paid off then. And boy, did it have to be early. Making it without Carlos noticing was half a battle. Did my line just get it? Oh, it did! Pull! Pull! Alright, what are we bringing in here? Wow, it's a big one. Feels like it's about to snap my pole in half. Don't just yank it. Here, let me help. So yeah, one of the things if you're, I do a fair bit of fishing, not a lot, but enough to say I go out and fish. One of the things you gotta do is definitely sit there. If you've got a fish that's pulling your line, like really yanking on your pole, you really gotta let the fish have a lot of play and drag your line out. You're gonna have to be in it for a fight and wear the fish down a bit. Which it seems we did not do. Man, your line snapped. Just a little more and you would have had it.
So tired.
Yeah. Yikes, did that fish put up a fight. I think it might have been the guardian of the lake. Maybe it was. My nickname for the lake's guardian is Guardian. Oof, that stings.
You okay?
Are you okay? I'm fine, just twisted an ankle, that's all. But, man, it's still no fun. Try not to put any weight on it. Here, lean on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, saw that coming. You hurt my sister. Coming to beat my ass. What's going on? What's wrong, Carmen? Are you hurt? No, not it. Hey, what did you do to my sister? You'd better have a real good excuse or there'll be some extra driftwood floating in the lake come morning. Carlos, just careful making like the wood comments and just putting that out there. Look, Carmen got hurt. It's all my fault. I'm terribly sorry. And, no, Carlos, not his fault. He hooked a big fish and I tried to help him. Not his fault. Let me repeat, not his fault. His line snapped. I took a tumble and I twisted my ankle. End of story. All right. Gotcha. Sorry about that, brother. I had it all wrong. You know me when it comes to Carmen's safety. I tend to go all brother bear. You're just being a good fishing buddy, and I had to come along and hurl nasty accusations. Carlos? I'm glad you care for me, Carlos. Really, I do. I just wish you'd have a little more faith in the two of us. Anyway, I should probably head home. I had a lot of fun today.
Thank you.
So did I. Take care of that ankle. Yeah, let's just say we're wrapping up the date. We're gonna have this whole awkward moment, and I'm not even gonna walk you in. I'm just gonna say, hey, watch that ankle as I watch you limp your way into the house. Literally how it's happening too. Alright, so there we go. Finished up the date request. I think I had another one. So, the other thing I found out is I can take a request from the board, a request from the owl at the Monster Village, and a request from my mailbox. One from each location a day, but I can't double dip and, like, let's say not do an owl one, for example. So let's see what else we have here that, got one for Raven. Help come quick. Well, Daria, if there's... Never mind. Let me wrap it up. I was gonna say, if there's one thing that I'm sure could be done, it was going to be a come quick joke, but apparently I'm not allowed to make those because the game said no. Alright, let me put some of this into storage. A blue crystal seed. Spring, so I've got to wait until the next year. Definitely want to hold on to that, though. I've also got the Grantel sword. So I have an earth sword and I have an ice sword. Because elemental resistances are a thing. And again, in Rune Factory 4, when you start getting into the later game, there are enemies that if your weapon does elemental damage, it can negate all of that elemental damage. So, I'm gonna go... I've got one monster I want to recruit, still, that I haven't succeeded in doing yet. So that was the last thing I really wanted to showcase. Should probably put the other weapon on, thinking about it. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot better damage. So I'm gonna go try to recruit that monster, which means I gotta go make some things first. And I think that's the last thing I really want to showcase into the late game aspect before I probably go try and play some more Armored Core to shake off some of that rust before I do a stream this weekend of that game, because I finally got some of the things figured out on my computer and we should be sufficient to start back up on some PC gaming. So I'm looking forward to that. With that said, I'm glad that I was able to open up Rune Factory and get this thing going to fill the void while I dealt with the issues there. Because I've got to get into some more of my sweet mech combat game, of which I have developed some strong opinions on, no stronger than, you know, what people are already aware of my opinions are with the game. But I have also come to the end point of, despite my complaints, despite my problems, I would also still say that it's probably one of the best mech games that has ever been. Oh, we got one. No, do not hit Wolf. Wolf is the one I want. Alright. I don't want to hit you, Wolf. There we go. Deal with him. I've got to be near taking care of them. Do not want to hit the wolf. God, when do you go down? And I can't manage to make any contact without also slapping the wolf. I very much do not want to hit the wolf, but apparently I can't not hit the wolf. Alright, time to just kill everything. There we go, let's respawn them. And I've got to stay away from the wolf. I don't want to take it out. That's the one I want to recruit. I say as the wolf literally charges me. Son of a bitch! Alright, you know what? Here's what we're doing. I just need to spawn in several wolves. Alright. Let's give up trying to fight anything. And just wolf it. Holy cow, that was actually pretty fast. Alright. Silver's the name we're going with. It's also the default name you get in the one that is part of a story path for 4. So I'm kind of attached to that name. So we're going to stick with Silver. And now that Silver is recruited, I can lay the beat down on everybody else and try to get Silver some experience. Because a big way to increase the friendliness of the animals is to actually go adventuring with them. and actually level them up. So, much like in Pokemon, kicking ass is a way to actually deepen your bond. Alright, is that done with yet? Not quite. The one thing I've got to look out for, though, is if they go down, kind of defeats the purpose. Also, giving the monsters items that increase stats, at least the way it worked before, would increase their stats long term. So, Silver is going to be a melee attacker, so I have to go through my items and figure out what do I have that are resource increment giving items for physical attack. I think the Fang I got is actually a pretty solid one. There we go. That was a good bit of slapping around. All right, we're reaching the end point of a day, so let's get back to the farm. But yeah, that's really all it is to recruiting the monsters. Let me get back up here and let me just check. What is the highest physical attack item that I have? Attack +4. Attack +12, but a vitality -8. That kind of feels like it defeats the purpose. Attack strength +3, that would do the job, but that's strength and intelligence. Strength +5, that's actually pretty good. And attack +5. So I'm gonna do the scorpion pincer. We'll save the fire crystals for another day. And the thing I want to check here, just to verify, the attack is a 105 right now. So to do the little bit of experimentation, we gave him the pincer. And so if we scroll over him now, his attack is still a 105. So it seems like giving them the items to increase their stats might not be the way to go about it in this game, which is different than what it was in Rune Factory 4. From what I recall, in 4, giving them items would increase their stats. I've got one more thing to check. If I come in here and I go into the next morning with something that isn't a monster drop, so let's say I don't want to give him gold though. Let's show up with some bronze. Bronze is easy enough to find, and if I give him the bronze, maybe that'll work better for me. So let's come in here. Let's see our little wolf friend. Also got to go with the brush. I have brushed no one since I started playing. And I pull up the bronze. I think in order to check that, I have to have him with me. And the attack is now 111. So, okay, so it seems like the monster item didn't deliver an increase, but giving him the bronze did. So, I'll have to play around with that and see what does give increases and what doesn't, because I haven't checked it yet. Hey, King, welcome to the stream. Is this... Hold on, King Killer. Is that you, Matt? That sounds like your username and some other things. I hope I didn't just out you. Anyways, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I was actually about ready to wrap it up, but frankly, if I've got people stopping in, I might as well keep going. Yeah, it is? Okay. I feel like we've had this conversation once. It's been a while. I think the most conversation we've had was like, I don't know, 2 lines of dialogue maybe on Facebook. How have things been? I definitely... Do you know how many mats there are? Well... yeah, but I've also have told stories with between you, me, and Jeremy a few times, and so now that I have verified, because you know how many mats are in my stories? None too many. But I know that you and Jeremy are one that I have name dropped before. So at this point, when I tell stories with you guys, I'm like, ah, fuck it, you guys. Anyways, there were 3 at my bus stop in high school alone. There are a few just in the state that aren't related to, and share my last name? Yeah, Matt's, I'm not gonna, I almost went with it. No, the last name you have is pretty common, but there's actually a couple of different spellings of it, too, that are out there, because, you know, sometimes, family heritage people have to get weird. Alright, so I'm gonna give the other bronze I have to Rigid, my scorpion here. But anyways, yeah, like I said, it's been a while since we've had a conversation. I know I made the statement intending... Hold on, let me... There we go. About wanting to get together, maybe hit up a bar together. So, dead serious, though. If you want to at some point, hit me up on Messenger. You'll be able to reach me there. The entire reason I wasn't able to that night is I was absolutely swamped with work, and I had been. That was an entire period where I was just like, I didn't even live a life that wasn't my nose to the grindstone, trying to make sure I crossed my T's and dotted my I's. Alright, anyways, gonna finish with this. I'm gonna leave my, if anything's grown, I'll pluck it. Otherwise, I'm going to call it here, because we're kind of nearing the end of the season in the game. We're also kind of getting close to nearing the end of the season in the real world, too. I do a lot of that home garden life. Silver, head back to the barn. That was just for me to do my experiment. But, yeah, we're actually getting near the end of the growing season IRL as well. As we get further and further into fall, a lot of my plants that I've been growing are kind of reaching that point of probably their last harvest. It's not going to stop me from trying to get a little bit more out of them. Unlike in the game where I'm kind of just at that point, you know? Alright, let's switch over to that for the weapon. And let's see if I have any more of the events to trigger. I got a whole slew of them here. Yeah, I was gonna say, is your phone number still the same? I always forgot to put it in my phone, but still, and YouTube crashed. Lovely, thank you for that. Let me get my chat back up. Is your phone number still the same? I always forgot to put it in my phone, but still remember if it hasn't changed. Yeah, my number is still the same, because I am a boring old man who doesn't like changing anything. But yeah, no, legitimately. It stayed the same, but also my phone is seriously screwing up sending messages to and from, so you can try to text me if you want, but the Facebook option, as much as it sucks to say, hey, Facebook's the way to get a hold of me, it's more reliable than my phone, which has been on the absolute crap out recently. Alright, so I wanted to go through Pia, Sakuya, and Raven's options as well. I would love to go through Evelyn, but the game's like, no, you can't. Same thing with Shino, but you know, apparently mommy energy isn't something the game supports. I also have something with Daria. Let's figure out what Daria wants. Gotta go find our local artist. Oh, well, that's a hell of an SOS. Daria, I saw your letter. What's wrong? Ian, Okay, again, what is wrong? Starving. God, it's like every woman real life. Can I go home now? Wait. Food. See, I've been completely absorbed in my latest work since yesterday, and there are still finishing touches to be made, so I haven't found the time. Right. You're too busy making art to eat. Gotcha. Is that so wrong? A little hyperfixation never hurt anybody. Except for me. and every single person who has deeply delved into hyperfixation. Speaking of, Matt, you're in the chat. Can you corroborate that statement? Hyperfixation kinda sometimes leads to outcomes that suck. I'm terrible at remembering to look at... Yeah, no, I totally get that. Most games, the transition is just suddenly dead overnight. IRL, there is more wiggle room, and the exact date varies by year with the weather. Yeah, there aren't a lot of games that... Actually, now that you mention it, I'm thinking about it, because it would be a fairly easy thing for a game like Rune Factory or Harvest Moon to implement, to just say, in winter, the days are shorter. Like, it would be an interesting mechanic for them to bring up, but yeah, I guess they don't. But yeah, even then, like, the overnight is just, you hit the bed, done. God, if that could happen in real life. She is definitely not the only one it hurt. Not eating or sleeping for a couple of days isn't good for anyone. I know in high school, at least, you were very prone to that. If you got a... usually it was some sort of... I'll say digital, because it could be anything from playing a game to actually, like, learning a new skill set, but if it was on the computer, it was the more common path. But I know for a fact that you have had many moments of hyperfixation back in the high school years, and you were absolutely one of those guys that would go multiple days without eating. I also remember you coming to school after a weekend where you just didn't sleep at all, and you had the biggest bags under your eyes, and your veins were damn near popping out of your skin because you couldn't even be bothered to grab a drink all weekend. Yeah, I'd get distracted for sometimes 2 to 3 days. Again, like I said, I remember one in particular where we were on the bus. God, it probably would have been later in my school year, in my high school years, because we were in the morning bus. Jeremy and I were, and I seem to recall not meeting up with you until lunch. And it was the first time you sat down, and you just had the biggest bags under your eyes, and you had said something to the effect of, "Finally, it's lunchtime. I haven't eaten in 2 days." And then you opened up, I don't know, like your milk or whatever it was, and said, "God, I didn't even know how thirsty I was." And I just remember the veins bulging out of your arms, like you were some sort of roided weightlifter. Mind you, without the jacked steroid look. Anyways, as we were going, she is not eating. Fine, if you insist, I suppose I can help. Anything in particular you're craving? You'll help? Thank you so much. I could really go for some dried sardines. Okay, is that so wrong? Some dried sardines never... No, it's not that they would hurt anybody. It's that sardines are, I think, a seasonal fish, and I don't know if they're in season right now. Quicker to order. Yeah, let me... Oh, nope, wrong button. Let me blast out of here and see if that's available at the shop.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Let me... Oh, wait, hold on. I thought you sold... Do you not sell food?
How may I help you?
Oh. If not the local chef, then where do I go to get food? Because I don't think I can make dried sardines right now. Right, first things first, let me grab this recipe bread. Because my other option just walked in. Let me get that out of here. No, don't go into the other room. Colette, can you make some dried sardines? It's an emergency. Again with that, huh? Again? What do you mean? It's for Daria, right? Every so often, she'll go off the deep end and push herself too hard. So this isn't the first time this has happened? If you're in a hurry, you should ask my dad. He should be able to hook you up in no time. I just tried to ask your dad, and instead he sold me a lot of bread.
Welcome.
Blaze, can you make some dried sardines? It's an emergency. Of course, no trouble at all. Thanks, I'll Wait outside. Oh, there's no need for that. I prepared some ahead of time. I figured this might happen. Well, it is dried food, so it's very easy to store in preparation for moments like this. A chef's intuition is sharper than a freshly whetted knife. Go on and deliver that to Daria. Wait, how did you know it's for her? She's the only person in town who ever puts in emergency orders for dried sardines. It happens all the time. It does? Sure does. Go ahead and give those to, wow, I'm like having this. Go ahead and give those to Daria. Right, thanks a lot. It's like my brain couldn't process that sentence for whatever reason. Yam of the Ages. I think that's one I've been waiting on. Alright, so I've got the dried sardines. Do I not? Uh-oh. That'll be a thing. I wanted to come in here and check Yam of the Ages, because I think that's one of the easy to make. It is not easy to make in this one. However, it's a high rating and high value dish, so it's a great way to make a lot of money off of fairly easy to get ingredients. I'll need to get some sweet powder, but I'm growing yams right now, and I got some butter that I can make from the milk, so that'll be a thing. I swear to God, if I ate the sardines instead of putting them in my bag because I thought I had the bread there. Uh-oh! Did I eat them or did I leave them there? Oh.
Hello there.
Okay, they just hit the floor and I couldn't see them. They were behind the counter. I just wasn't paying attention. That would have been absolutely a thing I'd do, though. Not pay attention and eat the sardines. Alright, anyways, point is, I'm back. Daria? You still breathing? I brought the sardines. Yes! Ian, my rainbow in the dark, my savior! Food. Again, far too many women that I've dated have been exactly that. Oh yes, I can feel life rushing back into me. Color me impressed, Ian. You make a great house husband. That's not necessarily on my to-do list. I feel so much better now. Ian, I really do owe you my life. No you don't. And I didn't do all that much. That's true, you have a point. You didn't do anything. Get out of my house. One day you won't pick me up only to kick me back down all the way to the bottom again. But today is clearly not that day. I kid. I'm just messing with you. Honest. I am grateful for your help. Here, have a little something for you as thanks. You know, why don't you just come move in with me, Ian? You could be my eternal sidekick. And I'd have to live with you as my official procurer of dried sardines. Somehow I don't think that's a real job. I'll have to pass on this one. You're no fun. If you ever change your mind, the deal is open. Thanks for all your help today. Alright, so it does seem... Ooh, got some more bronze to replace what I burned through earlier. But it definitely seems like I am wrapping up on those social stories here. Let's see, which other ones do we have to progress down? God, I wish they'd let me let Shino be the option. Anyways, let's go with... I don't trust these ones that are get me things because I don't know if I can necessarily do them. Alright, a secret potion that she has finished is at least something I don't have to go get. I just have to be subject to a possible poisoning. Which, frankly, when it comes to relationship status, is actually a pretty low bar. That also sounds like me. I have gotten better about that, though. That reminds me when I discovered the anime Hitman Reborn, I think bathroom breaks were about the only thing I did for over 30 hours of marathoning the first 105 episodes. Jesus Christ, Hitman Reborn, I think I know that one. Let me look that up real fast. Let me just grab an image to try and jog my memory. If it's the one I think it is, there's like a reference to like fire as a common theme in a lot of the imagery I'll see. Yep, fire on the forehead. There it is. So yeah, this is a show I am somewhat familiar with. I actually haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot of clips, so that's where I know that one from. So she does this regularly. That makes it easier to predict. Why are there two of it? Two of the sardines or two of the bread? Oh, the Yam of Ages was on the list twice. Right, so in Rune Factory 4 and 5, ingredients didn't care about the size of the items you were using. So you could use, if the recipe required an egg, it didn't matter if it was a small, medium, or large. In this one, your egg size, your milk size, actually makes different versions of each dish, which has better effects, I think, and more value when made. So, medium milk, medium eggs, better than small milk, small eggs. It comes with the Rune and Born. Sounds like a job. Well, fitting a job, and my point is, I'm not sure if it's going to have pay. Although, I suppose payment can come through means beyond money. However, at that point, I feel like I'm whoring myself out, and it's not that I'm above that. I've just got to be more committed in that potential employment status, we'll call it. One with a lot of free time and eye candy. 203 episodes, great show. Jeremy really liked it too. Yeah, again, it's one that I'm familiar with. I've just never actually watched. But, you know, if I get some free time, I might. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to sit down and watch anime in a long time. I've actually bought Season 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero. It came in. I opened the package. I set it on top of the PS4 in the other room. And then I just never actually got around to watching it. It's probably still there. But Season 1 of that show was fan-freaking-tastic. Did you see? Yes, I saw the request. I skimmed over it. I have another concoction to test today. So, what's this potion supposed to do? Now, where's the rush? Let's sit and relax for a moment. Here, have some tea.
Thanks.
Get the blood flowing. Really open up. Warm the body. So, what kind of potion is it? It's a potion that'll make a person taller. And I have just the test subject in mind. Yourself? Let me guess. Go forth, Ian. Bring me Colette. No matter how hard she tries to resist. Wait. Oh, that wasn't tea. Got it. That sucks. Hopefully you find some time for Shield Hero at least. I can't remember if I watched Season 2 or not. By then I had dropped the light novel for author Killing My... Ooh! Interesting! That'll be a thing for me to look out for, because, I don't know if the character has been or hasn't been introduced yet, and for which one and how they'd go about killing a character, because a lot of the main cast kind of seems like they wouldn't be on the chopping block, at least thus far. Although they did have a character in Season 2, as I understand it, that by the end died, and was implied to be kind of important, so I wonder if that's the character you're thinking of. Welcome, Ian. Hi, is Colette around? I'm afraid you just missed her. She took off. mumbling something about a sudden feeling of impending doom. Her self-preservation instincts must have kicked in. She can be such a handful. Ian? Nothing? Don't mind me. Rusk might know where she went, though. Might want to try asking him. Thanks, I'll do that. Alright, Rusk is the... I mean, she's over here. Isn't this Colette? Who is... Oh, Colette. There we go. She ran up the tree. Look, as he said, her self-preservation instincts are spot on. Ian, what are you doing here? I was looking for you, my little Red Riding Hood. Wait a second. You... Is that Mary's mystery potion? I'm sorry, Colette. You must come with me to my mission. Oh, that potion did a number on us. Can't we talk about this first? Nope. And we are. I feel this is potentially criminal. Absolutely kidnapping. Looks like you caught our little runaway. You can't force your potions on people who make it crystal clear they don't want it. The best medicine always tastes the worst. A little bit of sacrifice is always necessary for the progress of science. You're not making any sense. Well, whatever. How about a cup of tea first? And again, it's not tea. And here's some for you too, Ian. No! How many times is my character gonna actively fall for this? Looks like the experiment was a success. What experiment? I took the liberty of trying out my latest personality change formula. You've been your alter ego, Anti-Ian. I don't know what about that was anti-Ian other than literally kidnapping a child. Wait, the tea. You spiked the tea, didn't you? It's too late now. Now, come here, let your big sister take care of you. Wait. No. No. Yeah, no, absolutely, this is a biggie. You're drugging us, you're putting us in situations against our will. Oh, holy shit. Marion in here absolutely just being like, so yeah, your next relationship scene with me, absolutely a date rape scene. Minus the like, but the implication is there. Holy shit, watch out for the witch who is mixing her herbs in the back room. I don't want to spoil anything, so all I'll say is they die around volume 13. I don't think they were introduced in the anime, but I'd have to check. Looks like she appears or will appear in 3, but not season 2. Right, so season 3 is the one coming out soon, which I think is supposed to drop the first episode sometime in October. At least that was the time I heard last time. Drugging? I think she drugged you such that you were forced to obey her orders. I think the kidnapping is on her. More drugging against the will of recipients and human testing. Right, but she also implemented what seemed to be, I sped through it because I was actually getting a little uncomfortable by the way that scene was unfolding, but it seemed to imply some degree of person-to-person interaction that I did not want, or at least didn't declare without the inclusion of mind-altering substances that were ingested beyond my control or my willing participation. It involved some person-to-person activity that I didn't necessarily agree to. How many times? This has happened before? Marion's got some problems.
Sorry.
How many times has this happened before? And follow-up question, how many of them were guys? And does that matter? That's what you always say. fine. I'll admit it, I'm still not good enough at this, but next time for sure. Well, the next time for sure what? You were making a mind-altering potion. What about next time? Is it going to be permanent? Is that your goal? I'll make a potion that can cure anyone of anything, just you. How does manipulating me to change my personality and control my actions do anything about curing anyone of anything? Weren't you supposed to be working on something to make people taller? That's not the concern here. Main character having, like, some sort of disassociation to the primary problems here. Details. Here's a little reward for being such good sports. And sorry again for all of that. You know, this thing that apparently has happened before to enough times that it has become a standard procedure that I've got to constantly apologize for. Ignore all of that and just take this item and pretend like nothing happened. Don't go to the police with this. And she literally... Here, sorry for poisoning you, for drugging you. Take this poison. What is wrong with this woman? Alright, and with that, I'm hitting the uncomfortable point. I'm wrapping it up there. Oh, I'm kind of curious if Rigid Rat comes in and watches this stream after the fact. He was rather interested in the story progression of Marion, and I'm curious where he stands on that now, because that reached uncomfortable levels for me. Yeah, I didn't list everything. So, she's a sociopath with a history. Not gonna lie, some guys are into that. No, not for me. I mean, if they made a big deal about the actual problem, they couldn't let her go without any consequences. Again, this is one of those moments where main character very much not taking it the way the player, at least in my case, would. But again, there are people that, for one reason or another, that's what they're looking for. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna wrap the stream up here. Thank you so much for stopping in. Matt, it was great hearing from you, and hopefully you and I can get together maybe at some point this weekend. Why am I throwing... No! I said no, game, and you're just like, yo, but these hearts telling another story. The mind's telling me no. But your body's telling us yes.